Are you having a hard time learning the Korean alphabet Hangul? It's probably because you're learning it the wrong way. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to read and write the Korean alphabet in just minutes, not days or weeks. Most learners struggle because the characters aren't Roman letters, some look alike but sound different, and memorizing them feels overwhelming. But stick around because I will show you a simple method that links what you already know to Korean letters and a special memorization trick that will help you remember them forever. Let's get started! Hangul is the Korean alphabet. It was created in the 15th century by King Sejong the Great because he wanted ordinary people to be able to read and write. Hangul has 24 basic letters, 14 consonants, and 10 vowels. These are combined into syllable blocks, not written in a straight line like English, but grouped together to form full syllables. The best part? Most people can learn the basics of Hangul in about 90 minutes. In less time than it takes to watch a movie, you can start reading a brand new writing system. Let's start with the basic consonants. I'm going to teach you this using visual associations, linking each letter to something you already know to make it easier to remember. Before I do, I want to note that I'm giving you a simple way to learn the alphabet. Yes, there are other pronunciation rules and special cases in Korean. However, it's better to just start and learn them as you go. These are the pronunciations when consonants are at the beginning of a syllable. Some of them change their pronunciation when they appear at the end of a syllable. Don't worry, we'll cover those differences as you get more comfortable. This letter looks like a gun. It makes the G sound like in gun. This resembles a compass needle pointing north and east at the same time. It makes the N sound like in north. This looks like a door frame. It makes the D sound like in door. This resembles the steps of a ladder. It makes the R or L sound like in leather. This looks like a square message box. It makes the M sound like in message. This resembles a bed with posts at both ends. It makes the B sound like in bed. This curves like a seashell. It makes the S sound like in seashell. This looks like a jug with a spout. It makes the J sound like in jug. This looks like a person wearing a hat. It makes the H sound like in hat. This is a circle like a zero. It functions similar to a placeholder. When it's at the beginning of a syllable, it's silent. And when it's at the end, it makes the NG sound like in ring. Now, let's learn the aspirated consonants. These are part of the basic consonants but are pronounced with a stronger puff of air. You form them by adding an extra line to the existing basic consonants. Remember our gun letter? Add a line and you get this. It looks like a key and makes the K sound. Take our dual letter and add a line to get this. It resembles teeth and makes the T sound. Start with our bed letter and add a line to get this. It looks like the mathematical symbol pi and makes the P sound. Begin with the jog letter and add a line to get this. It looks like a church with a steeple and makes the CH sound. Think of these aspirated consonants as stronger versions of their basic counterparts. The extra line gives them extra power. If you're finding this helpful so far, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more Korean learning tips just like this. Korean also has double consonants. These are written by placing two of the same consonants side by side. They create a tenser, more forceful sound. This is our gun letter doubled. It makes a stronger and tenser G sound. This is our dual letter doubled. It makes a stronger and tenser D sound. This is our bad letter doubled. It makes a stronger and tenser B sound. This is our C-shell letter doubled. It makes a stronger and tenser S sound. This is our jaw letter doubled. It makes a stronger and tenser J sound. Now that you learned the basic and aspirated consonants, here's something important to know. In Korean, consonants sound a little different when they come at the end of a syllable. And we call it 받침. Instead of making a full sound, they close the syllable more softly. Here are a few examples. The gun and the key sound like a soft K. The door and the teeth sound like a soft T. The bad letter sounds like a soft P. The C-shell letter and its double letter sound like a soft T sound. The jog and the church letter also sound like a soft T. You don't have to memorize all the changes right away. Just remember, the same consonant can sound a little different depending on where it appears. We'll practice it more naturally as you go. Now, let's move on to vowels. Korean vowels are based on three basic shapes: a vertical line, a horizontal line, and a dot. Here's a simple memory device for the first four basic vowels: old father, new son. Imagine these four vowels arranged in a clock pattern. This letter points up, makes the O sound like in old. This letter points right, makes the A sound like in father. This letter points down, makes the U sound like in new. This letter points left, makes the A sound like in son. There are two more basic vowels. A vertical line like a tree makes the E sound like in tree. A horizontal line like a stream makes the U sound like in brook. Some of the basic vowels have two lines which adds the Y sound to the existing sound. This is like O but with two lines. Think yogurt for the U sound. This is like A but with two lines. Think yacht for the Ya sound. This is like U but with two lines. Think unicorn but with a Y sound at the beginning for the U sound. This is like A but with two lines. Think yummy for the Ya sound. Let's learn some combination vowels made by combining the basic ones. Some Korean vowels sound the same or very similar, even though they are spelled differently. Don't stress about it right now. You will naturally learn the differences as you practice more Korean. This letter combines A and E for the S sound like in egg. This letter combines A and E for the S sound like in egg. This letter combines Ya and E for the yes sound like in yes. This letter combines Yo and E for the yes sound like in yes. This letter combines U and E for the we sound like in wedding. This letter combines U and E for the we sound like in week. This letter combines U and E for the ui sound like in gui. This letter combines U and A for the wa sound like in waffle. This letter combines U and A for the wa sound like in one. This letter combines U and E for the we sound like in wedding. This letter combines U and E for the we sound like in wedding. I know this might be a lot to remember all at once, but don't worry. The team and I have created a free Korean alphabet guide with all these letters and associations. You can download it using the link in the description below. Now that you know the individual letters, let's talk about how to arrange them into syllable blocks. This is where Korean writing gets really interesting. In Korean, you don't write in a straight line like in English. Instead, letters are grouped into syllable blocks. Each syllable block must have a beginning consonant and a vowel, and optional final consonant. The arrangement of these letters within a block depends on the vowel shape. For vowels that are vertical like a, o, ya, yo, i, the layout is initial consonant on the left, vowel on the right, final consonant at the bottom. For example, 가, 한, 밥. For vowels that are horizontal like 오, 우, 요, 유, 으, the layout is initial consonant on top, vowel in the middle, final consonant at the bottom. For example, 고, 문, 숲. For combined vowels, follow the pattern of the main vowel shape. 과 follows the horizontal pattern because wa starts with o. 좌 follows the horizontal pattern. wen follows the horizontal pattern. Think of the syllable blocks as little containers that keep related sounds together. This is actually one of the advantages of Hangul. It visually shows you which letters belong to which syllable. Let's put everything together and practice reading and writing some common Korean words. I'll break them down letter by letter. First example is 한국. It means Korea. First syllable is 한, and second syllable is 국. 한국. And second example is 안녕, and it means hello. First syllable is 안, second syllable is 녕. 안녕. When practicing, remember, focus on the shapes and their associations, and practice writing each syllable block as a unit. And say the sound aloud as you write it. And start slow and prioritize accuracy over speed. Here are some common mistakes beginners make when learning Hangul. First, be careful with bed versus pie versus double bed, and jog versus church versus double jog. Practice them side by side to learn the differences. Second, remember old father new son to keep o, a, u, and all straight. And third, pay attention to whether you should arrange letters left to right or top to bottom. Fourth, when a syllable starts with a vowel, don't forget to add the silent placeholder at the beginning. Fifth, while not critical for reading, correct stroke order will help your handwriting look natural. Sixth, make sure to clearly differentiate between basic consonants gon, door, bed, jog, and their aspirated versions ki, teeth, pie, church. As you can see, though it may seem complicated at first, Hangul is easy to learn once you understand these core concepts. Now you know how to read and write Hangul, the Korean alphabet. So you've learned all 24 basic letters, 5 double consonants, and 11 combination vowels, and how to combine them into syllable blocks. What's amazing is that with just these few letters, you can read any Korean text you come across, from restaurant menus to K-pop lyrics and street signs. The more you practice, the more natural it will become. Which Korean letter was easiest for you to remember? Let me know in the comments below.